What is quacking, everybody? You know, I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think this would be the day, but I get a message saying, hey, check the Nintendo News app. And I look at it, and it was Splatoon related. And at first, I'm like, oh, it's a new Splatoon game, which this is hype. We're getting a Splatoon spin-off game. This is hype. I'm so happy for this. This looks cool. This looks great. I'm ready for this new Splatoon game. But we're getting third kits. We're getting third kits. We're getting third kits. I don't know how many times I can say, we're getting third kits. We're getting third kits. There's third kits right now. Look at this video. There's third kits. There's Tri-Slosher. There's an H3, Shot, Charger. They said over 30 new kits. I can't express. We're getting third kits. I was wrong. I was right and I was wrong because I was like, oh, we're going to get third kits. Yeah, you know what? I told y'all so. Because last year or whenever, I was like, we're going to get third kits. No, there's no way we don't get third kits. I went over the logistics of it. I was like, we're getting third kits. And then there was just no third kits. And I was like, man, maybe I was wrong. And then I doubted myself and I made the video saying I was wrong. We're not getting third kits. But then we're getting third kits. So I was right. We were getting third kits the whole time. They really teased us with this too. They really teased us with these. They held out on us. So I need to contain myself. I'm too excited because we're getting third kits. This is going to be an absolutely huge breath of fresh air. Like, because we're getting 30 third kits, this is completely different from just a regular seasonal update. Like, typically, when seasons were coming out, it's just like, oh, maybe your weapon will get a second kit or whatever and stuff like that. No, every weapon under the sun, most of them are getting third kits. 30 new third kits. If you say, I see a Tri-Slosher, I'm praying to God. I'm praying to whatever is up above us that they gave my baby Tri-Slosher a good kit. Because if they didn't, I'm going to be upset. Like, there's no way that they mess up the third kits, because that is the biggest, you know, I'm going to bring down the hype a little bit. That is the biggest, you know, thing right now is, are the third kits going to be good? Because I stated in my most recent video on what Splatoon 4 needs, the kits have been very underwhelming when they've come out with second kits. Some of them haven't been fun. Some of them haven't even been functional and make the weapons worse, like Dread D. So I'm hoping that these kits are just absolutely like outrageous. They should just let the game break. They should just make these the brokenest kits ever. Just absolutely break game balance with these kits, because, you know, this could be the last update. 10.0 could be the last update, maybe. Who knows? At this point, they seem to still be updating it, because they also mentioned the Switch 2 and how the game looks better and has higher frame rates in certain areas and stuff like that, like the Festival Plaza. So I'm hoping that these kits are good, because if they're not good, that's gonna suck tremendously if they're just bad kits and we were super hyped for these third kits for no reason. But back to the hype, there's third kits, and not only is there third kits, I'm gonna hop over these third kits real quick. There is a new map. We are getting Urchin Underpass. I am a little upset we're not getting two maps. They're holding out on us and we're only getting one map. It's fine. We don't need two maps, but we are getting a new map, and hopefully Urchin Underpass is a good map. I would like to put that in my tournament, Barnacle Bash. I would like that to be in tournaments. I would like Urchin Underpass to be a competitively fun, viable map, not just some garbage map that it's like, oh, this sucks to play on. So Urchin Underpass as the new map. We're also getting these weapon powers now that are going to be baked into your series and stuff like that. And it's going to try and use the weapon powers to pair you against other players, which I think is a good idea on paper. Like, it sounds good to me. It sounds like, oh, I'm going to be playing against people who have good weapon power. So that way, people who are picking new weapons, who are garbage with new weapons, and they're getting off their main or whatever, I'm going to play with those people and they're going to suck in the lower level lobby. So if you're just good, you're just going to be inherently good and just beat up those people and just bring up your weapon power. So like on paper, it sounds good to me. So when, you know, you don't have to deal with people like first timing weapons or using weapons they're not that good with. And it kind of gives you an incentive to see like how far you've grown with your weapon, not just like, oh, I painted a bunch, because that's what the badges are basically, is like, oh, how much you painted with the weapon, how much you used it compared to, I believe they made it sound like if you win and stuff, the weapon power is going to go up with you as you're winning and using the weapon. So on paper, it sounds good. I don't know how well it's going to work in practice. That's to be determined once we get the patch, which is coming out this Thursday. We are getting these new weapons, new everything Thursday, which is insane. They're like, yeah, this weekend. They're also giving us another badge for the weapons. It's probably like a 6-star. Like, they're upping the freshness level on the weapons as well, which is going to be great for those people who religiously play the game. So they're just adding more longevity to this game. So this probably might be the farewell patch. There's probably going to obviously be balance changes in the future and stuff like that, but this might be the farewell patch that we get before waiting for Splatoon 4. And I'm going to be honest, I think people were kind of content with waiting for Splatoon 4. I don't really know the whole sentiment. Some people were still hurt and wish there was 4 kits. I know a lot of people were up and down with everything, but I felt very content. I felt like the game was in a decent place. It felt very fun, you know, competitive wise and stuff like that. So it felt fine, but it would be nice to have 3rd kits. But now we're getting 3rd kits. So this could be the holdover patch. And that's why I hope these weapons, again, shake up the meta, and like these weapons are just so insane that it shakes up everything. It's just like, yeah, you know, you just gotta deal with whatever these weapons dish out, and hopefully we see new comps and all that stuff. So there's 30 kits. You can see them on screen right now, some of them, and all that stuff. I paused the screen and I counted and I wrote down every single weapon that I saw. I don't think I wrote down all 30 of them. I wrote down a decent portion of them. I think like 15 to 20. So I saw Tri-Slosher. There's H3. There's Shot. There's a new Tri-Stringer. There's Tent, Paintbrush, a new Charger, a new Reflux. I believe it was a new Carbon that I saw. A new Splash, new Wiper, new Mini Splatling, new Long Rapid, new Dapples, new Jet Squelcher, new Splattershot Pro, a new Splattershot, a new Aerospray, Stamper, Big Swig, 52 Gal, L3, a new Blaster, Octobrush, I saw Dread, Dynamo, Dually Squelchers, Hydra, and a regular Brella. So those are the weapons that I saw. I do not believe they showed every single weapon that is going to be getting their new kit, because that's only like, I don't think I wrote down all 30. Let me double check. Actually, never mind. I think that's all 30 weapons. I think that's all 30 weapons that I just listed off. So no Machine, no Slosher. So that's kind of unfortunate. I believe those, yeah, they got 3rd kits back in S2. So it kind of sucks that they're not getting 3rd kits. But yeah, I just counted 30. So to be fair, I'm going to be honest, a lot of these weapons that are here, I think needed 3rd kits. Like, Tri-Slosher definitely needed a 3rd kit. I think H3 deserves a 3rd kit. Some weapons that didn't need 3rd kits, Shot, Splash definitely didn't need 3rd kits. But Tent, Bow, Paintbrush, those ones definitely deserved a 3rd kit. I would say Splattershot Pro didn't really necessarily need one. I think both pros were in a fine spot, but I think it's fine. Dynamo definitely could have used a 3rd kit as well. Dread definitely needs a 3rd kit, so hopefully they didn't botch that one and give it some dumb stuff like Vac Ink Mine or something. That would be absolutely horrendous. I don't think L3 really needed a 3rd kit, but I think that's interesting as well. Same thing with Gal. I think Gal's kind of 50-50, where like, I think it definitely does deserve a 3rd kit because its 2nd kit is not the greatest with screen and stuff. I know some people might argue that it is good, but my gripes with screen are just very high and leaves me biased to where any screen weapon is just kind of held back by its special. Dually Squelchers, I guess, kind of needed one. Aerospray, I guess, kind of needed one. Stamper for sure needed one, just to give it more kit variety. So yeah, some of these I think Mini deserves a 3rd kit. So lots of weapons that do kind of deserve some 3rd kits here. I'm interested to see what Dapples has to offer, because I think Dapples is a great Slayer weapon. And I think Dapple Nouveau is very solid, but you kind of have to play really like out of your mind to just like kind of keep it working. So I'm interested to see like what Dapples, these new Dapples are going to be. So we're getting 3rd kits. this is exciting. We all thought we weren't going to get third kits. I said we were. I was told we weren't, and then we never got them. They made me wait so long to prove me right. I don't know why they made me wait so long to prove me right, but you know, I'm happy we have it here now. I will say also probably what pushed them to make these third kits is probably the Switch 2 to kind of like breathe life into the game. I think a lot of the Switch 1 games are definitely going to get some like kind of Switch 2 like small, nice, you know, patch or whatever to keep the games going and kind of keep them alive, which is good. I'm glad that the Switch 2 just kind of pushed them to, I guess, give us more weapons and kind of just be like, hey, the game looks really good on the Switch 2, guys. Like, you should play it on the Switch 2. So I think that's very good. We're getting third kits, and this is just insane. The only issue is are they going to be good? I'm extremely hyped, but like that pessimistic side of me is just like, but are the kits going to be good? You can't be too hyped because the kits might not be good. So if the kits aren't good, that's going to really suck, and it's going to hurt a lot. That's going to sting. If they don't nail at least half of the 30 kits they're putting in the game, like I could think a couple weapons like Shot and Splash, they don't need to be good kits. They really don't. They could be whatever. It doesn't really matter because Vanilla Splash and Splash Neo, amazing weapons. And same thing with Shot and T-Tech. Great weapons. Their third kits could be garbage. It doesn't really matter for those ones. But something like Dread absolutely needs a good third kit. And same thing with Tri-Slosher, needs a good kit as well. Paintbrush, I would say if it has a good offensive kit, that weapon could be something that we see a little bit more of, because I think that's a very good defensive paint weapon that has a lot of reach, and it can be offensive as well. I've seen some people do some crazy stuff with Paintbrush, including myself doing some crazy stuff with Paintbrush. Jet Squelcher, I think if Jet Squelcher got a good kit, that would really, you know, set a good precedent for that weapon. I think that weapon needs an absolute glow up. Its subs and specials are very made and lackluster. So some weapons, absolutely, they need to be cooking with them. Other ones, doesn't really matter if they don't cook with them too much. It's kind of, it is what it is. But oh my God, we're getting third kits and a new game. I didn't even touch on the new game. We're getting a new game, which looks really fun and goofy. It would have been kind of cool if they put the new Shot skin from that new game in this game, but they might be, I don't know, doing something different perhaps, or they could be using the same engine, who knows. But I think it would have been very cool to see like maybe like the weapon skin in the game. That would have been kind of funny. But the new game looks pretty solid. Like, it looks like we're just getting like another, you know, Splatoon main story, but in a separate game. So I'm wondering what it's going to be. It looks like it's kind of open worldy to a degree. Like, it's going to be open world, and there might be stuff that we just kind of like run around and do. Your character looks a little silly, looks a little different. There's a robot that we're getting as well. So I'm very interested to see what we're going to get in the spinoff. Like, what is the ideal of the spinoff in Splatoon Raiders? So that's going to be very interesting to see with the new game. I'm going to be playing that, you know, day one when that launches. They didn't give an update or when the game's going to launch in the trailer, but they did tell us when this patch is going to be out, and that is this Thursday. Mark your calendars and get ready for the third kits, the new weapon powers, new badges, and the new map. And it's going to be hype. It's going to be hype. I can't wait for it. Let me know how hype you are in the comments below. Subscribe if you made it this far already, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.